Video number one for broodware.com. Blog number one, broodware.com. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. We're gonna today have a thrift haul. We're gonna show you what we found at the Goodwill. We're gonna have a lot of reseller content here on our channel. We do a lot of sourcing at local Goodwills, local thrift stores, estate sales, yard sales, anywhere we can find things to resell. We're going to make a lot of videos about how to make money on this channel. So if you want to follow along, please like and subscribe, and we will show you how we make money reselling. First item we had today is at Goodwill. As you can see here, $5. No, what is that? $6.30. That's a pair of Viore shorts. Viore is an awesome brand to find. These are some of the newer Viore shorts. As you can see right there on the back of the shorts, it has a logo. These shorts sitting on the rack are hard to spot because there's really not a lot to look for as far as, you know, that little logo. And on a lot of the Viore shorts, there's not a logo. You might find a little spot down here at the bottom with a little white Viore sign, but what I like to look for is to check all shorts with these little metal ends on the tie of the shorts. That way, just go through the shorts, check them. You'll get lucky every now and then. You'll find a pair of Viore shorts. These are going to resell probably for somewhere in the neighborhoods, probably $25 to $35, depending on the season. Right now, it is winter time. I will go ahead and post my items. Some people don't post them until the season hits, but you know, you might as well go ahead and post these items because, you know, rather be trying to make money than sitting in your, you know, bedroom or wherever you keep your items at, you know, not posted at all. So let's go ahead and post those items. That way, you know, they can be making money. They can get eyeballs on the, on them. And you can have a possibility of making some money. If they're in your bedroom, you're not going to make no money at all. The second item we found, boy, this is a lucky one. Harley Davidson leather chaps. I think we paid $10 for these. These are men's size XL. This is just a really unique find. You're not going to find a lot of Harley Davidson chaps at a thrift store. Thrift stores like to go through almost every item. If you all don't know by now, the thrift stores such as Goodwill, Black and Blue, you know, a lot of the main chain thrift stores, they have a sign up in the back for their employees to follow by brands like Nike, Under Armour, and the list goes on. But as you can see, I did find a pair of Viore shorts because I don't think Viore is on the list yet. There are several items out there that you can source that they're not looking for. So they're going to slip past that person that works at Goodwill that has about 5 seconds to look at each item and then put a price tag on it and then put it on the rack. Each item is priced separately, and each employee has to price 80 to 100 items per day as part of their job. So they go in the back, get in the big bins, and they have to put 80 to 100 items on the rack every day. Those items are to be looked at, and they only have like 3 to 5 seconds to look at each item. So they do make mistakes, and there are a lot of items that get past employees at Goodwill, and some employees just have a bad day. They don't like working there. They don't like their job. So they give it to people for cheap. Then you got the employee that loves their job, so they price everything high. It just depends on who's pricing that day. So you want to show up at the Goodwill, you know, several times a day. If you're going to be a reseller, this is your job. So you're going to want to, you know, be there at random times. I like to find things come out at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, 1 p.m. and then you want to check again, you know, 5, 6 o'clock. That way you get a pretty good scope on when these racks are rolling out And when they do roll out, you can seize the opportunity and get the items. And then you can take them home and resell them. The second item we found is a pair of young LA jogging shorts. These are from 2014, as you can see here, $5.99. Young LA is a very hip brand that the younger generation likes to follow. A lot of these items go by trends and fads, so you want to follow the trends and the fads with reselling. You want to basically, you know, study and look at the culture and what's going on in the world right now. A lot of your like Aeropostale and a lot of your things are coming back now that used to be really hot. So pay attention to your trends and your fads. Our next item is a pair of, I believe they're Eddie Bauer, the Travex pants. Now these are size 12, they're women's. They're like a sport type of pants that basically, you know, you can pick these up for $5, $6, $7 at any Goodwill. They miss these all the time. They're like an outdoors hiking type of gear. Once again, these are the Eddie Bauer Travex. They do make the First Ascent, which are a little bit better. So as you go through the women's clothing, just kind of look and feel for this type of I don't know, it's a stretchy type of golf pant type of material, and they usually run anywhere between $5 and $7. Next, you want to look for coats. Coats are really hot during the winter, and you want to be picking these up during the summertime when they're priced really low. So during the wintertime, as I said, they're really hot, and Goodwill and your thrift stores know that people will pay more for a winter coat during the winter time, so they price them a little bit higher. But if you can find stuff that sells really well, like I paid $8, this is a Resell. Resell is a really good brand. They make a lot of items like coats, they make shoes, they make a lot of outdoor gear for hiking, stuff like that. They make a lot of, as I said, shoes. Here's a pair of their shoes, Resell shoes. These are the, I don't know what lineup this is. I haven't even looked these up, but as you can see, you can pick these up. If you can see that price tag in there, these are $8. They're like brand new. Resell. Resell is one of the brands you want to be looking for. They're a really good sell-through rate shoe. They make really good outdoor hiking gear. Hiking gear is something you want to be looking for. Next on the list, we got for $5.48. This is what they call a bread and butter type of item. You can pick items like this up all over the place. These are Croft and Barrow pants, men's pants, size 32, I believe. These are what they call a gray khaki with a pleated front, but they are new with tags, so they don't have a lot of value. But for $5.40, you can still make $15 or $20 off these pants because they are new with tags. So anything new with tags, it sells really well. Next is probably the brand that you want to pick up the most and look for the most. A lot of resellers will tell you, don't sell this brand, but I'm here to tell you that this brand right here, Polo, Ralph Lauren, sells. No matter what anybody says, Polo Ralph Lauren is the hottest brand on the market. New or used, it sells. Pick it up. You gotta kind of, be a little bit picky. Don't get the stuff with holes in it. Don't get the stuff that's faded. But if it's Polo Ralph Lauren and it's in good shape and you can get it for under $5, $6, $7, it's gonna sell. Give it 90 days and it'll be gone. Next item, another Ralph Lauren Polo item. I pick up mostly all Ralph Lauren Polo items. This is a men's long sleeve, really nice pattern. They call that the Flesh Pony. You can pick these items up. This one here, once again, $5.64. Goodwill, they find these items sometimes though, and they will price them at $9, $10, $12. So you can still find them for $5.46. Once again, it goes back to the person that is pricing that day. So as I said, if they hate their job, they're pricing them low. If they love it, they're pricing them high. Just depends on the person running the price gun that day. Next on the list, I picked this up at a storage unit place. They have their own sales. This is a jersey. This is an De La Cruz jersey, number 44. That's an MLB jersey. It is pretty nice. Most of your jerseys are a little bit tricky. You want to start to learn what jerseys to pick up. You want to look at the tags. You want to look at the stitching. Is it stitched? Are your numbers stitched on? Are they pressed on? There's a lot of information on the internet about what jerseys to pick up. Jerseys can be faked very easily. So kind of pay attention to what you're doing when you're picking up jerseys. But if you can get them cheap, hey, and it looks authentic, go for it. Next item. Now this is a banger. That's what, when you watch reselling content and people say the word banger, then that means it's a hot item, good selling item. This is a Peter Millar vest. Yes, I did pay $14 for this vest. I think this is what they call the Barracks vest. I'm not sure the exact lingo behind it, but Peter Millar is a very good brand. He makes a lot of golf polos, a lot of golf stuff. They make a lot of high-end clothing. Peter Millar is a brand that you want to look for when you're out thrifting every day. Make sure it has a little crown on the logo. If you see Peter Millar, it's probably a pickup. I would go ahead and, look at it rather closely and possibly pick it up. The next brand is EP New York. Now, as you can see right there, EP New York. This is a women's clothing brand. This is what they call a full zip. We got this item for $7.88. This item's probably only going to sell from somewhere around $20, $25. But once again, bread and butter. You can get a lot of these items. These items are readily available at thrift stores. So you can get a bunch of them, so you can sell a bunch of them. That's where you're going to make most of your money reselling. Reselling is a lot about bread and butter. Items that are readily available. You're not going to find bangers every day. You're not going to find bangers every week. You might go weeks before you find a banger, but they're out there. Do your homework, do your research, and find out how to find these items. Consistency is what pays off. You can't sit around the house every day and sell items. You got to be out in the field looking for these items. The next item we've got here is kind of a new one for me. It's called Tail. It's another women's golf brand. This item, once again, $7. I looked it up. Now you've got your phone with you. You pull up the eBay app. You can type into the search and then go to your sold comps, and you can look these things up and you can see what the sell-through rate is, and you can kind of determine whether or not you want to purchase these items or not. In the beginning, you definitely want to start researching every item. You do not want to just buy a bunch of stuff and bring it home and try to sell it. If not, you're going to have this huge pile of stuff that's just sitting around and you can't sell it, and you're going to get frustrated and you're possibly going to quit. Reselling is a job that you can make a lot of money. I have made almost 6 figures after 5 years, but I have to be very consistent every day, and I have to do a lot of research. This is my first YouTube video, and I hope you find some information in this video today that is useful. And I hope this helps you as a reseller, and we will have videos to come. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe. And we will see you next time on Broodware. Y'all have a nice day.